Hey everybody, welcome back to Dinner and a Tip. My name is Brenda and I'm going to be your cooking guide. Today is take 2. Since I had a camera malfunction, thank God not a wardrobe malfunction, because this isn't OnlyFans and honestly nobody wants to see that. So we're going to not only do smash burgers, but we're going to do mini smash burger sliders. And then right before this, I actually made some deep fried pickles. So we're going to go ahead and top our burgers with that. So let's go ahead and start with cutting our buns. When you're cutting your bread, make sure your fingers are on top so you're not going to cut your fingers off. Nobody wants bloody buns, so that sounds gross. Never mind. I digress. Let's move on. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and split these buns. I've got this pre-made garlic spread. I'm going to go ahead, and with these smash burgers, because they cook so quickly, you want to go ahead and make sure that we have our buns toasted ahead of time. Once those burgers hit the ground, you've got really no time for anything else. So let's go ahead and give those a quick toast. So normally with the smash burgers, you do an 80-20, and that's what I have. And normally I do a 1/3 burger. Because these are mini smash burgers, we're going to actually do a 1/4 cup instead. So if you either need a 1/3 or 1/4, just a standard measuring cup will actually give you pretty close to the weight that you need. So just go ahead and form these guys into balls. And next, we're going to go ahead and check this bread, because this bread cooks, see, it's only been less than a minute and it's already toasted beautifully. So I'm going to go ahead and, before you touch anything else, you want to take your gloves off or wash your hands with hamburger. You don't want to get anybody sick by touching raw meat and then touching your food. So I'm going to go ahead and do a cheese layer first. I'm going to go ahead and kind of get the melting on this already. I'm going to slide this down and just put these guys close together, and I'm just going to cover it with a dome. So when I do the smash burgers, I'm going to go ahead, let's glove back up. We're good. So I'm going to go ahead and put these guys close together, and I'm going to start at the back of the grill so I'm not getting these. It's easier when you smash them behind and then come in closer. So go ahead, get these smashed. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do that. It might not seem like a big deal to you, but it's a huge deal for us trying to get monetized, and just shows that people like us, and it encourages us to keep doing more. So go ahead and get that smashed. And I'm going to throw one more of these guys down. And I'm just doing what I told you not to do. So do as I say, not as I do. I'm a mom. I can say that. So I'm doing the whiskey burger, and honestly, this is the only seasoning that I feel I need when it comes to these burgers. It pretty much has everything you could possibly want. So go ahead and check that cheese is coming, melting just a little bit. When we go ahead and put these burgers on, it's going to go ahead. So smash burgers, like this one's almost done, this one's almost done. With the smash burgers, because they're so thin, you kind of got to shovel underneath them a little bit. So just to get a good turn, but it's really nice to get this nice browning effect when you do these really thin. So I'm going to kind of scrape these off the grill before I give them a flip. I just want them most of the way cooked before I go ahead and do this. So the earlier one, I did these as a double stack. Didn't have enough hamburger to do all of them as a double stack, but I'm just going to go ahead and show you anyways. And then we're going to add those deep fried pickles that we had talked about. And I'll show you these guys. So with these deep fried pickles, I actually did milk and Frank's Red Hot to give them just, it doesn't burn, but it definitely has a little bit more flavor kick to it, which is amazing. So, all right. So now when I go ahead and stack these burgers, I'm going to go cheese, burger, and that way when you put that top layer on, the burger isn't going to actually stick to the top, and that way people can go ahead and put these burgers on without any or like all of your condiments and stuff without them sticking to the top. So these burgers are coming out. You're going to have a little overlap on these, which I'm guessing nobody's really going to argue with. And now I'm going to do, first layer I did is mozzarella. This layer I'm actually going to do a cheddar. And then when I go ahead and put these burgers on, that's going to go ahead and help melt these down. All right. And it looks like we got one extra burger left. We'll make that the dog burger. Since they didn't bark this whole episode, they actually earn a treat this time. So go ahead and top that. And grab this spatula, and then we're just going to transfer this whole thing onto the cutting board. Which apparently is more complicated than it looks. All right. Boom! There we go. Shakalaka. So we've got our stacked burgers. So I'm going to go ahead. All right. Well, you just lost your burger treat because, again, they cannot help themselves from barking. All right. So this is going to be like a great football game day snack appetizer. We're actually going to have this as a meal today, but so you've got that nice cheese, and then we're going to go ahead and grab one of these awesome deep fried dill pickles for the perfect topping. If you have not tried this whiskey burger sauce seasoning, you really have to try it. That is really good. These are the savory sweet Hawaiian bread. Kind of melts everything all together. Perfect mini sliders. So go ahead and subscribe. Can't wait to see you next time. And always eat happy.